In the payment card industry, an account data compromise is any event that causes payment card data to fall into the wrong hands and be used for fraudulent activity. Many attacks are carried out by organized crime for pure financial gain, and they happen more often than you might think. There are many direct consequences of an account data compromise. These are potentially financial, operational, and reputational, and have the potential to put you out of business. A lot of merchants think that they will never suffer a data compromise. They're too small, or they're under the radar of potential hackers, or perhaps they think that it's cheaper not to deal with compliance until a breach happens. Statistically, that's not the case. If you're not PCI DSS compliant, the risks of a breach happening at any time are hugely increased. You may realize a breach has happened when your security monitoring systems show unusual activity, or you could be informed by one or more of the parties involved in your payment chain, from staff to customers, third parties, or your bank. It is extremely important that you document any actions taken once you become aware of the breach. When it happens, a data breach discovery can be a confusing and chaotic experience. Don't go it alone. An account data compromise is easier when you have help. You will need to let certain people know that the breach has happened. Internal notifications should be sent to your IT or security department, your managers, and staff. You should also inform your bank, acquirer or processor, third-party payment providers, and partners, as well as law enforcement agencies. To contain the breach, disconnect the affected system or systems from the network, but do not power them off. Change passwords on all other systems and network devices. In order to preserve any evidence that can trace those responsible for your data breach, do not log in or access the system. Don't change any passwords on the compromised system, and don't change or edit any files, particularly log files. To understand what happened, an investigation will be required. The most important questions you need to answer are: which systems were compromised, how it happened, what mechanisms were used to get access, and did the attack originate from inside or outside your organization? The action taken at this point to clean up your breach network may be dependent on what actually happened. Compromised systems will often need to be rebuilt or replaced. Reassessing your security means that you'll need to address vulnerabilities in your systems and processes that may have contributed to the breach. It's worth repeating that you should document everything. A crime has been committed, and what you do during the process can possibly help find the perpetrator and prevent it from happening again. An account data compromise is an extremely significant event for a business. It can also be a complex one. Don't hesitate to call on the relevant professional services if you need to. It's crucial to understand how exposed to a data breach your business actually is, and whether your level of security adequately addresses this exposure. And should the worst happen, do you have a plan? Are you compliant with the PCI DSS requirements? Prevention, as the saying goes, is better than cure, particularly when you consider that on average, the cost of non-compliance can be more than 2.5 times the cost of compliance. So it's clear that a little forward planning goes a long way. For more information, visit www.pcisecuritystandards.org.